Hello everyone, it's FB here with a cast of the ESWC 2015 Trackmania 2 Stadium World Championship. 16 players have either been invited or qualified to this event, which is taking place over the weekend at the Paris Games Week in France. I will be casting the tournament today, as well as on Saturday and on Sunday when the next world champion will be crowned. Amongst the 16 players, the Canadian Carl Jr. is the main favorite by having won ESWC 2 years in a row. If he wins this year as well, he will become the first ever player to be crowned world champion 3 times. Right now we are waiting for the first phase to start, which is going to be played in time attack to determine the seeding when going into the playoff bracket. And here's a closer look at the format for it. It will be played on 2 randomly selected maps from the map pack, which consists of 5 maps in total. The players' 2 best times will then be combined, and this overall time is what will determine the player's seeding for the playoff. And while we are still waiting for the phase to start, let's also have a quick look at the schedule for today. So the time attack seeding is going to be played in 2 groups of 8 players and should last for about 1 hour or so. Then following that, there's probably going to be a break for a couple of hours until the first playoff round, which is starting at 1 PM CET, and that is the winner bracket quarterfinals. The first 2 quarterfinals will be played at the same time, and if you want to watch both matches, make sure to tune in to Orcs TV, which is also casting the event in French at twitch.tv/orcstv. Then 1.5 hours later, the other 2 quarterfinals will also be played, and to finish off the first day, we'll have both winner bracket semifinals played as well, starting at 5:30 PM. Let's bring it in game as we are about to start in just a few moments. You see the timer at the lower right, and while we are waiting for it to start here, let's go through the players that will be driving this first heat. Here is Pack, as we see the map switch, so that means we'll start. Good luck and fun to the 8 players that are playing in the first heat. And once we have the players here again, I will give you some previews as well of them. So beginning with Pack from United Kingdom, he plays for Team Dignitas, uses camera 2 and an Xbox 360 gamepad, and this is his first offline event. Pack, who started off as a Trackmania 2 Canyon player but have transitioned to Stadium remarkably well these last couple of years, so we'll see how he will do here in his first offline event. Next player is going to be Yo-Yo. Let me just find this picture. There he is, Yo-Yo, who is from France, of course, one of the 2 big French hopes for this tournament, representing Against All Authority. And he uses, of course, camera 3, which you can see an example of right now. Plays with keyboard, which isn't too common, and his achievements are many. And of course, he's been very successful in ESWC in the past. Took 3rd place in ESWC 2010, 2011 and 2014, and also having won Gamers Assembly in 2012 and 2013. And they are live right now in the time attack qualifier. Not much is going on though, so I'll just continue going through the players here, and let's take Yo-Yo's teammate, which is Kronos, as I finds his picture. Here he is, Kronos, also playing for Against All Authority, also from France, and also one of the main favorites for this event. Plays with camera 2 and uses a gamepad. Has also won Gamers Assembly, did it last year and also 2 years ago. But last year in ESWC he didn't really do so well, only finished at 9th place, which definitely was quite a disappointment. But he's won multiple offline and online events the past couple of years, and undoubtedly considered one of the best players in the world, so I think he could be a challenger for the win. Alright, and let's go to the next player. It's Onyo, who is from Germany, plays for Mouseboard, uses camera 2 as well and a gamepad. And Onyo is an old school player who dominated the ESWC qualifier, and he's coming into this tournament with a lot of confidence. He's also a notable Trackmania 2 Canyon driver, but has also had some success in Stadium, especially in the ESL EPS, where he took first place in 2011. Moving on, we have Scrappy as well. And Scrappy is from Belgium, plays for Planet Key Dynamics and uses camera 2 as well, and a Logitech F310 gamepad. Doesn't really have too many achievements, attended ESWC last year and took 17th, and also struggled a bit with qualifying to this event. He had multiple chances reaching the grand final of both world qualifiers, but finally was the last player to make it through. So we'll see how Scrappy will do as we go to the next player. Here's Beat. And Beat is from Germany, plays for M&M Gaming, uses camera 1 when he plays and an Xbox 360 gamepad, and this is also Beat's first offline event, but he is a distinguished online player, especially in team tournaments, so definitely a capable player. And let's also take a look at Corey, who was the most recent player added to this group of players. That's because Javi Flyer, the Spanish player for Planet Key Dynamics, unfortunately was not able to attend, so Corey is replacing him. So I didn't have much time here to look up his information, but yeah, Corey will have a tough time, of course, since he hasn't really trained the track, so we'll see how he will do. And then the last player that is qualifying right now is, of course, the 2 times defending champion Carl Jr. Plays for Team Dignitas, is from Canada. He uses camera 3 and an Xbox 360 gamepad. And besides his 2 victories in ESWC, he also took 3rd place in 2012. So Carl Jr. is definitely the biggest favorite going into this tournament. Most people think he will reach the grand final again. And I would say he's on the verge to prove himself as the best tech player ever if he wins this year as well. So that's all 8 players that are currently doing the time attack seeding. We have 5 minutes left on the clock. I thought I would have a bit more time before the seeding started, so sorry about that. But yeah, looks like Carl Jr. got the fastest time with 105.75. And we can also take a look at the first map that is driven. It's Coma by Wormy and Kappa. And Carl Jr. got the world record here with a time of 105.355, so he's feeling confident on this track. As we see a couple of overview images of this course. See the ending here. The 2 alternative finishes, which is common for these competitive tracks. In case you don't make it to the first one. 4 minutes left on the clock. Carl Jr. still in the lead, and again we'll play on 2 tracks, and then your combined overall time will determine your seeding. Carl Jr. about to finish off another attempt, and he will improve his time. 105.52 by Carl Jr. still in the lead. And Yo-Yo also improving his time. 105.76 at 2nd place, and then his teammate Kronos is at 3rd with 105.83. Pack also with a time under 106 with 0.91 at 4th place, and also Onyo at 5th with 0.93, and Beat at 6th with 0.98. Then Scrappy is currently at 7th with 106.15 in front of Corey, who as expected is at last place having a time of 107.38. So yeah, Corey replacing Javi Flyer late. I think Javi Flyer may have informed he wasn't attending yesterday, so really not much time for Corey to learn these tracks. As we see, Pack with a great time, 105.68, and also Beat 105.66, taking over 2nd place. But Carl Jr. still in the lead though with 105.52. And if you have trouble with the stream, try refreshing it, or maybe try different quality settings. I apologize if there's any difficulties. Beat also says it's a personal best in the chat, so really good time here for Beat. See if we can continue improving that. As we continue to follow Carl Jr., he's still trying to improve his time. It's not really that far behind his own world record though, so should feel pretty comfortable already. Oh wow, really good turn there, puts him 700s in front. So Carl Jr. may actually improve his time again. Oh, okay, got through the pillars, was very close to hitting the wall though. Up on the platform, losing his time now, 100 behind instead. But maybe with a great ending he could still improve his time. Yes, gains 100 here, or 200s rather, putting him 100 in front. The ending will decide it here, and yes indeed, Carl Jr. will improve his time once again, 105.49. So he's gonna again improve first place. Beat at second still with 0.66. Pack at second, 105.68. Yo-Yo at fourth with 0.76 in front of Kronos, who still got 0.83. Then Onyo with 0.93. Scrappy haven't improved his time in a while, 106.15. He's 10 hundredths in front of his time right now, but then hits the wall, and we only got about 1 minute left to go, so this could be Scrappy's last attempt. Needs to restart again. So this, yeah, this is definitely going to be Scrappy's last attempt. 106 left on the clock when he left the start. So let's see if Scrappy can improve his time. Otherwise, no changes by the looks of it. Yo-Yo writes GG in the chat. So might be Scrappy that is the only player still doing attempts. No, actually Pack and Kronos also still on attempts. So let's follow Pack here. 400s behind right now. But maybe with a good ending he could improve his time. He's already doing well though at third place, but no, he's gonna clip the wall over the platform. Kronos is still driving. It's only at 5th place, usually a bit higher in the time attack seeding. 700s behind. We'll see, maybe he had a bad ending. Yes, looks like it, he gains a lot. And no, won't be enough for Kronos, 200s behind. And where's Scrappy? He has given up. So that's going to be the end of the first heat here. Carl Jr. takes first with 105.49. In front of Beat with 0.66, Pack with 0.68, Yo-Yo with 0.76, Kronos with 0.83, Onyo with 0.93, Scrappy with 106.15, and Corey at 8 with 106.27. So we'll now move on to the second map. We'll see which one it will be. Again, it's randomly shuffled here, so I have no idea which map is coming next. Actually, I can see it at the top right. Looks like it's going to be Wurgle, but I'm just gonna wait for the timer to confirm it. We'll see. I think we are also going live directly without any warm-up. Yeah, looks like we are. So the next map will be Wurgle. Let's take a closer look at it. It's made by Thompson, and the world record is by Tween, 59.18. So Tween will play in the second group, which will be played once this first group has played their second map. So again, seeing a couple of overview images of the track. ESWC 2015 Wurgle, made by Thompson, Tween with the world record. So we are live here into the second map, no time to waste. Was a bit delayed, so it makes sense that we should start. Scrappy didn't really have that good of a first map, so maybe looking for revenge on this second map. He's going to finish the first attempt by the looks of it. Some people like to do so, even if they have a bad run, so that they get on the scoreboard at least, and then take it from there. And others will just keep retiring and attempting to set as good of a run as possible. Oh, Scrappy hits the wall just before the jump, and on this track, if you hit the wall in the end, you won't be able to make it to the finish, and also if you respawn, you won't be able to make the jump, so you have to actually back up and build up a bit more speed to make it. So that's gonna cost you, and it's really important that if you hit the wall there in the end in a match, that you immediately respawn and then back up to build up a bit more speed so that you have enough time to finish and at least get 3 points. So Scrappy's gonna try again. Looks like Carl Jr. has finished around 59.74, but Pack takes over first place with 59.49 as he goes for another attempt. Again, world record 59.18 by Tween. This track might be the easiest one out of the 5 tracks, as Pack hits the ceiling of the checkpoint. Kronos also with an improvement, 59.63. Corey also with a time, 102.16. Yeah, as I said, this track is slightly easier than the others, I would say. It's a lot about building up speed through the turns and just holding the gas as much as you can. Let's go through these corners. So let's follow Kronos on this attempt. Took 5th place on the first map. And these results are posted on the Draconia page. Sorry, it's early for me. So if you click, or if you write !bracket in my chat, you'll see the full results, and you can also see the time attack results being updated. So Kronos will try again here. Let's switch to a player that hasn't set a time yet. Here's Onyo. Didn't do so well on the first map, but of course the competition is high. So it's tough to take those top positions with this kind of competition. Onyo on a good run by the looks of it, halfway through the map. Goes through the transition without any faults. Otherwise that is a key point of the track. Gets a good landing here as well, able to keep his grip, which is important. And then in the end it's really important that you stay in the same gear so that you don't get a gear down. And Onyo will finish, let's see his time, 59.91, so a modest time by Onyo, as Carl Jr. has taken over first place now from his teammate Pack, 59.43 as he hits the wall in the start. Let's go to Yo-Yo, who's on a late attempt, still without a time. We got 5 minutes left on the clock. Yo-Yo going through the last couple of turns and will set a time of 59.77, which is enough to take over 4th place. Scrappy has also set a time of 59.83. So all 8 players now with times, as Kronos takes 2nd place, 59.46. Both him and Carl Jr. will try again, and these 2 players could very likely be found in the grand final on Sunday. If you write !poll 2 in my chat, you can vote on which 4 players you think will reach the grand final. But I think there's a lot of possibilities. There's a very stacked field of players. Kronos has done well in the past in other team tournaments, so you got that going for him, but it's still not going to be an easy task for him. The only player really that I think is very likely to get to the grand final is Carl Jr. He really hasn't shown any weaknesses ever since his win last year, and possibly even better. He's possibly even better now, so yeah, I would be quite shocked if Carl Jr. did not reach the grand final here. This is doing another attempt, 4 minutes left on the clock. Still the same ranking by the looks of it. Corey is the only player without time under 1 minute, but again, he had to replace Hubflyer yesterday, so he didn't have the chance to practice these maps, which have been out for over 2 weeks, I believe, so they have really been trained a lot. Of course, in Trackmania, you always play on new tracks for each competition, and it's not really common that you practice them for more than max 1 month, so really gotta make sure that you have the possibility to improve, to practice these tracks, as Carl Jr. will improve his time. 59.33 by Carl Jr. Will that be enough to win on this second map as well? I think it could be. That's really not that far away from the world record. He's still gonna go for more attempts though. Let's see if you can take an overview look here and see who's on a deep attempt. Kronos looks to be doing well, and as I switch to him, he ends up crashing. Commentator's curse. So he's gonna try again. Let's see if any other player is on a late attempt. Yo-Yo is trying to improve his time. Last turn, didn't really build up much speed, but will be enough to improve his time though. 59.60 by Yo-Yo. Won't improve his ranking though, still at 4th place. But again, it's the times that matter and not your position in this time attack seeding. Less than 3 minutes to go. Onyo also on a deep attempt. See if he can get a new time. Yes, it looks like he will. It loses a lot though in the end. He got a small bump driving over the transition and lost, I think, close to 10 hundredths, but still able to improve his time though. 59.67. Had he not gotten that in the end though, he may have taken over 4th place from Yo-Yo. So a bit unfortunate there for Onyo, who will continue driving. 2 minutes left on the clock now. Scrappy is also... Oh, never mind. He's gonna end up crashing. So, see who else is driving here. Let's follow Pack. He's at 3rd place with 59.49. Just started a new attempt. Oh, goes a bit too wide here and will end up brushing the wall. So is forced to try again. Let's see here. Beat seems to maybe be on a good run. He's halfway through 1400s in front of his own personal best, 59.91. This could be a good time from Beat, or at least an improvement. That's a good turn, builds up good speed over the transition, and as you can see, he's now 2500s ahead. Oh, but then didn't really go for that early landing, so he's gonna lose a bit of time with that. Now 1100s in front, but still looking like a new best time for Beat. Kept losing time in the end, but still able to be in front with 400s. So he will go down to 59.86. Yo-Yo is done. We have less than 1 minute to go. Onyo also retiring. Kronos and Carl Jr. is driving still. Not anymore though for Carl Jr. Let's switch to Kronos. Still trying to challenge Carl Jr. here on the second map. Let's see if he can do it. Only 4 thousandths of a second in front of his own time. 800s now. Doesn't look like this will be it as Kronos hits the wall. And that looks like it was the last player. So that will conclude the first time attack heat. And we'll have the other 8 players joining the server momentarily. Actually don't know if we will have a break or not. I think we will, because there's 8 computers and 16 players. So I suppose we will have to have a bit of a break here for the other players to set up and make sure they are ready to go. So I think I'm gonna take a small break, and I'll be back with the second time attack heat in a few moments. I'm not really sure how long it will take, but yeah, a bit of a break here, so stay tuned.
I really like the way they're trying to make it more professional. Thanks to the monitor, I mean, your eyes are getting more comfortable.
The new high-performance Rig 500 headset from Plantronics is designed to match the skills of an aspiring esport player with the gear they need to win. The new modular system gives you the power to adapt, upgrade, and personalize your headset for the task at hand. The Rig 500 series of gaming headsets are engineered to deliver the perfect combination of durable lightweight comfort in an immersive audio environment. 7.1 surround sound and 24-bit audio provide a stunning 360-degree sound field with directional audio. 40mm drivers with low-frequency resonators provide crisp highs and boosted bass. Clear voice noise-canceling technology provides clear communication to your teammates. From the headset company that equips the pros, the 500 series was crafted to meet the needs of esports and competitive players around the world. The new Rig 500 series of headsets from Plantronics. Respect the training. Reactions win.
Welcome to Tournament, your esports platform to manage and share gaming tournaments through a simple and intuitive solution. Create a tournament in a few seconds on your favorite game. All structures are designed. Single or double elimination brackets, leagues, groups, Swiss rounds. All match settings are open. Schedules, formats, results. Call up the replay or live stream for any game. Get stats automatically on your match report. For free as for paid registrations, Tournament lets you completely manage your participants. Track and administrate registrations. Collect the cash in your virtual wallet, then withdraw your tournament's income and deposit it into your bank account securely anytime. To display and share results on your website, Tournament designed a widget as simple as a YouTube video. Select the style, choose a language, copy and paste one line of code on your web page, and it's done instantly. As a bonus, follow your tournament just like the main international esports competitions on the Tournament mobile app, available for iOS and Android for free. Thousands of you are already using Tournament every day, and we thank you for that. Tournament, your esport platform.
Alright, and I'm back with the second time attack heat. We have 8 new players on the server, and let's just start going through them one by one, as we have still a few minutes left to go. First player is Bergi from Norway. He plays for Team Dignitas, uses camera 2 and an Xbox 360 gamepad. He's a veteran of the scene and a former ESWC champion. Has been around since the early days and still able to be a threat, mainly by being able to handle pressure well and being quite consistent. He took 3rd place at World Cyber Games 2009, and then 1st at ESWC 2010 and 4th at ESWC 2013. As we go for the restart here, that means that we are about to start, and I'll have a chance to go through the remaining players as well. Here's the next one. It's Kappa from Czech Republic, representing M&M Gaming, and he doesn't really have too many offline achievements, but definitely considered one of the best Czech players. Got really good times on this map pack actually, and might be underestimated by the others, which could serve him well. He took 2nd place at District Prague as his best achievement. Let's go to the 3rd player. It's Koens for Team Acer. Hails from the Netherlands. Plays with the camera 3 and a PlayStation 3 gamepad. And Koens is one of the best Dutch players around. I'd say often plays best under pressure, and did well earlier this year at Gamers Assembly, where he took 3rd place. Also took 3rd at ESWC 2013, and also got 1st at Gamer 01 at 2011 as one of his better achievements. And next we'll go to Koens' teammate. It's Raysons from Germany. Plays with camera 2 and uses an Xbox 360 gamepad. And this is Raysons' first offline event. Raysons, who is known as one of the better time attack players of the scene, is an all-round driver who's capable of setting insane times on whichever track he plays, but he may struggle a bit with his consistency though, and again, this is his first offline event, so bit of a dark horse perhaps for this event. And let's continue with Team Acer. Here is the next one. It's Royal from Romania. He also got a Hungarian citizenship, and I believe he lives in Italy these days, so very international player. He is also from Team Acer, as mentioned. Plays with camera 1 though, and uses a keyboard. And just like Raysons, this is Royal's first offline event. He's known as a very consistent player online, which I think could serve him well on these difficult tracks. So we'll see how Royal will do. Alright, next player. It's going to be Spam from the Netherlands. Plays for Team Dignitas, uses camera 2 and a Logitech gamepad. He's a former ESWC champion as well, and besides his first place at ESWC 2012, he also has been in the grand final of ESWC 2 times before, taking 4th place. And took 1st at District Prague and The Gathering in 2014. He's a very experienced player and quite consistent as well, and wouldn't be surprised if he reached yet another grand final. Alright, the next player is very known. It's of course going to be Tween. Let's take a closer look at Tween as well. From Slovakia, plays for Esuba, uses camera 2 and keyboard. And of course, Tween is a 3 times runner-up at ESWC. Took 2nd place at ESWC 2011, 2012 and 2014. And besides those achievements, he also took 1st place at Gamers Assembly last year, and most recently took 1st at the offline event The Nest a couple of months ago. Tween unquestionably, I think, got a deep desire to finally get 1st place and break his 2nd place curse. So we'll see if he can challenge Carl Jr. for the title. He also got the majority of the world record for this map pack, so he's definitely prepared very well. So it's going to be interesting to see how Tween will do this time. Alright, moving on with the last player. It's Wally from Canada, just like Carl Jr. Representing RTA, Rule Them All, an old school clan in Trackmania. Not sure what he uses for the camera or his controller. He attended ESWC last year as well and took 17th place. Wally is known mainly as a player who's good at learning maps quickly, but also a dark horse of this tournament. Not really expected to reach that far, but we'll see what he can do. So that's going to be all 8 players for the 2nd time attack heat. We got about 5 minutes left on the clock. And looks like Koens is right now in the lead. He set a time of 105.91 so far, with Bergie at 2nd with 105.92. Raysons at 3rd, 105.99. Oh, as you see, Spam taking over 1st place with a time of 105.87. And then we have Wally at 5th, 106.01. Royal at 6th, 107.03. And then Kappa and Tween both without times. Let's follow Tween as he is on his quest to set his first time. halfway through this first map. And let's also, while we have the time, take a look at the map that are played first. It's ESWC 2015 Coma, made by Wormy and Kappa himself. World record is 105.355 by Carl Jr. And Carl Jr. set a time of 105.50, or around that at least, in the first time attack heat. A very good time. We'll see if anyone can beat it. So Coma is the first track, and let's go back to Tween now, who is still without a time. And we also see that Koens has improved his time and taken over first place from his fellow Dutch. It's 105.79. So Koens right now in the lead. Is still about 20 hundredths or even more from Carl Jr.'s best time though. Tween will go for another attempt. 4 minutes left on the clock. So Tween doesn't have any checkpoints to drive against yet. Once he finishes for the first time, he will though. So on a deep attempt now. See if he can set a good time. Now he's going to clip the wall instead. And we'll have to try again. Spam is on a late attempt as well. Let's switch to him. He's 700s in front of his own time. Oh, as we see Wally taking over first place. 105.75. Really good time from Wally. Maybe we are underestimating Wally. As Spam now goes for the drop in the end. Seems to have a decent line. And should be a new improvement. 105.71 by Spam as he takes over first place yet again. Let's switch to Kappa. As he goes up on the platform, goes for a wide trajectory, builds up good speed. He's still without a time as well. Less than 3 minutes to go as Kappa is approaching the finish. We'll see what his time will be. It's 105.65 by Kappa as he goes straight up to first place. Really good time there. And Tween is now the only player without a time, and he doesn't really have that much time left to pull it off either. It's the clock is ticking down. Soon only 2 minutes remaining for Tween. Of course, the time attack seeding doesn't really matter too much. It's not like you will be eliminated if you don't set a time here, but I'm sure Tween would like to get a good time and a good overall time as well from this time attack heat, so that he will have maybe an easier first match. But he's gonna make another crash, and yeah, we'll see if Tween will be able to set a time at last. Kappa is again on a good run, perhaps. Oh no, hits the edge of the platform, forced to retire. Alright, let's switch to Raisons. He is of course a time attack specialist, so this should suit him well, but it's also under a time pressure which he is not used to. He's right now 600s behind his best time, so needs to get a good ending here. Oh, landed a bit too much to the right, so couldn't avoid the wall. Soon only 1 minute left. Tween again on a late attempt. Let's see if this will be it. Still looking to get his first time on the board. Oh, starts that drift really early on the platform. Goes for a wide line here, trying to build up as much speed as possible. Here's the drop. This is Tween's last attempt. Goes a bit too wide though in the end. It's forced to drift and hits the wall as well. Tween will finish, but it's going to be a bad time. Tween finishing at last place in this time attack heat. At least on the first map. He could improve his result a bit on the second, but it's going to be tough though. With only a time of 107.49. Kappa will take first, I think, unless we have someone... Oh, Koens is still driving, so let's switch to Koens. He's only with one turn left to go, but it looks like he's not going to improve his time though. So Koons will finish at 4th with 105.79. Wally taking 3rd, 0.75. Spam 0.71 at 2nd, and Kappa will take 1st with 105.65. And Bergie is at 5th with 0.84. Raisons at 6th with 0.93. In front of Royal with 0.95, and then Tween 107.49 at 8th place. I did not really expect that to happen, to be honest. So Tween with a rough start to this time attack heat as we move on to the second map. And we can take a look at it already now, since it's going to be the same second map as for the first heat. It's ESWC 2015 Wurgle, made by Thompson. The world record is by Tween himself, 59.18. Tween, who, as I mentioned earlier, got the majority of the world records. I believe he got 3 out of 5 world records, if I'm not mistaken. So he's definitely put in the effort, and we'll see what he can do here on the second map. As we are going live right now. No warm-up here. So we'll see if we'll have any players finishing their first attempt. We're currently following Koons. Kappa, of course, taking that first place on the first map. Kappa also having really good times on these maps, just like Tween. So yeah, I do consider Kappa a bit of an outsider. He could maybe make an upset here and reach a grand final. I wouldn't be too surprised if that happened, as Koons will hit the wall. Let's switch to Raisons, who's right now leading the pack for this first attempt. 10 minutes is what you get. Raisons keeping his grip, but could have kept it a bit or could have gotten the grip a bit earlier by landing a bit earlier in that jump. So he's gonna retire. Wally has finished with a time of 59.75, and this time Tween will finish in his first attempt 1 minute 20 hundredths. So yeah, Tween, he on this first map he kind of went for a really good run without finishing first. I mean, sometimes you may want to maybe just like finish a rubbish run that isn't really too fast, but just so that you have a time at least, and that might release a bit of pressure. At least that's kind of the approach I used to have when I was competing in these kind of tournaments. I think it helps actually, because otherwise you kind of starting to feel the pressure as the time is ticking down, and you still don't have a time on the board. So Tween now with a different approach on the second map, already with a time as he crashes in the underground. See if anyone is on a late attempt here. Doesn't really look like it. Koons perhaps? Not really, but let's follow him anyway. Set a decent time on the first map. Koons has been in the ESWC Grand Final in the past. Could see that happening again. But with such a tough competition here, it's not going to be easy whatsoever. And I think that's safe to say for most players, except maybe Carl Jr., who so far every time in ESWC have dominated his way to the Grand Final and not really been close at all to be knocked out, to be honest. So I'm kind of expecting that to happen again, as Koons finishes a run. 59.91 puts him at 5th place. You also see that Raisons, Spam and Bergie have times under 1 minute as well, but Wally is still in the lead here on the second map. And on the second map in the first time attack heat, I believe Carl Jr. set a time of 59.33 to take first place. That's a really good time, the world record being 0.18. We'll see if anyone can challenge Carl Jr., but right now it kind of looks like the Canadian will take first place. Tween now on a late attempt again. So yeah, this jump here, you kind of want to make sure that you receive grip on the road as quickly as possible. Seems like Tween is doing a good job of it. This should be a good time. 59.82. Okay, not as good as I expected, but it's gonna put him at 5th place, passing Koons. We have all 8 players except Royal under 1 minute so far. Royal with a time of 1 minute 500 as he will go for another attempt. Soon halfway through of this second map. Goons again trying to... Oh, no! I don't know why. Every time I switch to a player, they end up crashing or something. So let's just continue spectating here. Bergie also retiring that round. Kappa and Spam seems to be doing well. They are driving almost together here. Oh, Kappa though disappearing. So must have made a mistake. Spam though will continue on. Let's see if this will be a new improvement for Spam right now. 2 minutes behind. I don't know about that jump. No, he's gonna continue losing a couple of hundreds here. But maybe with a strong finish it's still possible. Yeah, looks like it will. And Spam will be in front with 107,000. So he goes up to 59.76. Still behind Wally though, who is leading with that early time he set. I think, yeah, wasn't it his first attempt even? 59.75. Wally, or as Spam will continue again. Tween finishing. Oh, and Tween now taking over first place, 59.67. But I think he's going to finish at last place in this heat because of his bad performance on the first map. So it doesn't really matter what kind of time he sets here. Alright, Wally now. Could be on a good attempt. Let's follow him. Yeah, he's 1100s ahead of his 0.75 time, so this could be a new improvement for Wally, but then maybe drove a bit too much up on the quarter pipe there, lost his speed completely and is now behind with 100 of a second. But still, could be an improvement for Wally as he lost his grip in that small downhill. Oh, goes really close to the wall. No, he's gonna continue losing time and is forced to retire. Raisons is starting a new attempt. He's at 7th place with 59.84. Royal and Coons ahead of him and behind him. So we got the Team Acer players right now at the bottom of the rankings. Raisons also retiring again. Follow Royal now. He's 10 hundredths in front of his time. And is very close in this ranking. If Royal improves his time here, he could go up to even 2nd or 1st place. But no, he's going to retire as well. And now we only got 3 minutes left on the clock. Looks like Bergie is on a late attempt. So let's switch to him. He's 27 hundredths in front of his time. Bergie on a super time right now. Oh, 3300s as well. He's keeping up the pace. This should be a new first place. Bergie through the last corner. 59.49. Takes over first place from Tween. And he says it's also a personal best. So Bergie driving at his peak. So we'll see if he will take that first place. Kappa now goes up to 2nd. 59.66. A decent time. As Tween is looking to improve his time again. Oh, hits the pillar as I switch to him. We'll try again. Alright, let's go to Spam now at 5th place with 59.76. Right now, 1200s in front. Oh, loses half of his lead in the next checkpoint. As we come up to these last rather difficult turns, to be honest. This is probably the hardest part of the track. Loses all his lead here in the end and will give up. Less than 2 minutes to go now. All 8 players under 1 minute. Coons right now at the bottom, 59.91. About half a second between all 8 of them. Alright, let's see who's doing well. Looks like Raisons is deep into an attempt. He's 700s behind his personal best though. So unless he Made a mistake in the end. It doesn't look like he will improve his time. Looks like he did make a mistake though. He's 700s in front now. But then a bad last turn from Raisons, and he will have to retire just before the finish. And now we have less than 1 minute to go, so this is the last attempt for all these players. Bergie is the only one. Oh no, also Wally now, no longer driving. Royal on his last attempt, 1300s behind. See if he can improve. Not the best downhill there. Gonna lose some time here, and now 2000s behind. This will not be it for Royal. He will stay with 59.82 at 6th place. Who else is driving? Kappa is driving as well. 59.66 right now at 2nd place, trying to challenge Bergie, and he's 1800s in front. Kappa looking to take over 1st place, but he won't. 59.59, he lost half of his lead in the end. So Bergie still in the lead. Raisons and Koons, the only 2 players still driving. Koons finishing 59.76, and Raisons also improving his time in the end, 59.72. So many late improvements, so that's going to be the end of the 2nd map and also the end of the 2nd time attack heat. Bergie takes 1st here on the 2nd map, 59.49 in front of Kappa with 0.59, Twin with 0.67, Raisons with 0.72, Wally with 0.75 I believe, and then I'm not sure what times Koon, Spam and Royal had. But that's going to be the end of the time attack seeding. You can visit the Draconia bracket website to see the results being updated. And yeah, the next round will be played at 1 PM CET. So there's going to be a 2-hour break now before we continue this tournament. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a wait here. The players are also going to maybe eat some lunch, and I'm going to do that as well. So, yeah, 2-hour break coming up, and then the winner bracket quarterfinals are up next. Stay tuned.